Hello my loves, I'm Phoebe and welcome back to my channel. Now I know everyone's stuck inside at the moment and it's not the best time, but I thought for my second tag video, why not do the spring book tag? Now yes, we may be stuck inside our houses, but still it's been lovely weather here anyway. I don't know about you, but it does feel like spring and I just love spring so much, so I thought I need to do the book tag. So here we are. So this was created by Book Break. She has her own channel and she just seems like the cutest little bean ever. And the questions, there's only 7, so it's not too long, so let's just get right into it. So question 1 is, how do you decorate your bookshelves? So for quite a while now, maybe like 2 years, I have had the rainbow bookshelves. I love colour coordinating and colour coding my books. There's just something so satisfying about it, and I was one of those people that used to think, how can you do that to your books? How can you separate your series? It looks wrong. But then one day I had a change of heart. I decided to experiment and never look back. I think it's time maybe that I have a little switch up because it's been so long. I just don't really reorganise my bookshelves that often. Especially because I have quite awkward ones. They're tall and narrow, 2 of them, and that one in the back, as you can see, is a lot easier to organise. So question 2 is, recommend a book with beautiful descriptions of nature. That is a tough one. I can't really think of one that really focuses on nature a lot. Let me have a look. So that was actually way harder than I thought it was going to be, and unfortunately I don't think I have very many books that actually talk about nature. Obviously there's nature and everything, but you know, have amazing descriptions that just go really in depth on all things nature. Yeah, I don't think I have any books like that, unfortunately. So the only one I could really think of that is focused within nature, instead of having like in-depth descriptions of it, was Wolf Brother. So Wolf Brother is a great book. It's considered a children's book, children's fantasy, but it's one of those things, you know, children, you can never really say that it's just for children. Adults can love it too, and I love Wolf Brother. It's always going to be a favourite of mine. I even recommended it to my friend recently. He loved it too. So it's about this boy called Torek who lives with his father separately from the clans within this forest. But at the very start of the book, his father is killed by a demonic great bear, and Torek is forced to wander the forest alone until he stumbles upon a little wolf cub. They become friends and they get pulled into another clan, and things get a little bit exciting from there, and I won't say any more, but it's just an adventure book. It's so great, so fun and easy to read. There's like 6 books I think in this series, but all short. Definitely recommend. Number 3 is a lot easier for me. It's show a book with a beautiful cover. Now I have quite a few that I love, so my favourite, well, it doesn't have to be my favourite, does it? Okay, that's alright. A beautiful cover. That's easier. Let's see. I may have picked 3. I need to narrow this down. Now, I'm in no way saying this is the best book cover ever or the most beautiful, but for me this is definitely up there, and that is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. And if you haven't admired this cover already, I don't know where you've been. It's just so beautiful, and even people who aren't a fan of Sarah J. Maas have to admit it's a great, great cover. Yeah, it's just, even inside, look at that. Beautiful. So yeah, to answer question 3, this is probably one of my favourite book covers, one of the most beautiful. So question 4 is all about me recommending a new series. Spring is all about new starts, new beginnings. So yeah, what series would I recommend to you guys? Okay, so new series. Let me think about this. Okay, so if you love high fantasy and great worlds and just amazing world descriptions, anything in that high fantasy genre, then I really recommend Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Unfortunately, I don't have the first book. I seem to always talk about it a lot, but just when I need it, it's with my friend. I recommended it to him and he finally allowed me to give it to him. And yes, alas, I don't have the first book, but this is the second one. And you can tell how many times I've read it, how worn it is. But yeah, it's a great book, a great series overall. So as you can see, it's all about dragons, and that is one of my favourite fantastical creatures ever. I love dragons so much. So reading this, I think the Aragon series was what started my love for them, to be honest. So you follow a boy called Aragon. He lives in a tiny village away from the world, and one day he's out hunting in the mountains and the forests, and he stumbles across a rock, or what looks to be a rock. And as soon as he takes it home with him, his journey begins and everything gets crazy and wild and amazing, and yes, I really recommend it. The reason why I recommend this series in particular is because, sadly, I feel like a lot of people just either haven't heard of it or just haven't read it, and that's so sad, considering that, and I will say this so many times just to get my point across and how crazy this is. Christopher Paolini wrote Aragon when he was 15 years old, and it's one of the most amazingly written books probably I've read. That's how good the language and the writing is, and the world building. Yeah, so it's super impressive, and it really is just a great series. You don't really understand how much I love it. Or maybe you do. I mean, I can't stop fangirling right now, so I need to stop. So yes, please check out Aragon. Remember, it's Aragon, not Eldest. The Inheritance series. Check it out because it's amazing. So, question 5. It's almost time to start reading outside. Have you been brave enough yet? Well, as you can see, I'm a bit late to this book tag. You're meant to do this as soon as spring begins, but, you know, I'm a bit late and the weather has warmed. It's a bit chilly sometimes, but of course I have been reading outside in my garden. Yeah, it still is spring, so technically it's alright for me to do it. I'm just a bit late. But yeah, I have been reading outside, especially during lockdown. It's nice to sit outside and just get some fresh air. So yeah, I have definitely been reading outside. Okay, 2 more questions. Number 6 is, which books are you unhauling? So in other words, which books are you planning to get rid of, I'm guessing? Well, I am a hoarder, whether that be books or the most random things. I don't like to get rid of things. You know, things hold memories and I care about that. So I don't like to get rid of things, and I have a lot of books, but in my defense, compared to other booktubers and other bookstagrammers, mine's pretty on the down low. So as an argument, I feel like I don't have to get rid of any books. But if I had to, there are some that I have been thinking about getting rid of because either I don't think I'll ever get to read them, or they're just a bit too young for me, or I had read them in the past when I was younger. Yeah, I have a little pile, I'll go get it. So these are some books that I may be getting rid of. I'll probably just give them to a charity shop. But yeah, I remember I read, I believe, Declaration? See, I can't even remember which one's the first book. These 2 are a series, and the first one, whichever one that may be, I did read a few years ago, and then I found the second one in the charity shop, bought it on a whim, and then never read it. And it is for, you know, children, younger readers, and like I said earlier, anyone can read a younger genre, but I just don't think I'll ever get round to them. I have so many books that I need to read that these really aren't catching my eye, so yeah, maybe getting rid of those. And then this one was just one I had since primary school. It's Dear Ollie by Michael Morpurgo. And yeah, so these, I guess, to answer question 6, I think it was. Okay, hopefully you're still here with me. I know I can talk a bit, but only one more question, so you got this. Number 7 is, which books are you going to replace them with? So those 3 books. Oh god, well, I really, really want to buy Jennifer L. Armentrout's new book. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. I'll put like a picture up here. But unfortunately, it seems it's not, the paperback, the physical copy isn't available in the UK yet, which is so heartbreaking because all I've heard are people raving about it, like amazing things. And yeah, apparently people who like ACOTAR really love it. And ACOTAR's my favourite series ever, so I'm really pumped to read it, so that would be one of them. Another series I kind of want to buy is another book that I recently heard about thanks to Bookstagram, which is like my new favourite thing. Go follow me if you want to. I'll put a link in the description and maybe something on the screen. But yeah, go give me a follow and a message because I'll say hi and we can be book friends, because why not? Another book that I recently heard about though, thanks to Bookstagram, was Girls on the Verge by Sharon Waller. And it's about this girl called Camille who finds out that she is pregnant, but she's trying to get into a prestigious theatre programme, therefore she can't really have a baby, and decides to go to an abortion clinic, whatever it's called, but her best friend is against her. She doesn't believe in abortion, so her best friend and this other girl who she doesn't really know, the trio go on a little road trip to this clinic to go through with the abortion, and I think it talks about some deep messages, and apparently it's just amazing. It's got great reviews, and yeah, people have loved it, so that's a contemporary novel that I really want to buy. And then if we're doing 3 for 3, the third book, I have been looking at one called The House of Dragons by Jessica Clues. I haven't even fully read the description, although, you know, synopsis of it. It just seemed really interesting, and again, it's got dragons in it, in the title, so I'm immediately hooked. Obviously, I want to buy so many books, but these 3 are the ones that kind of caught my eye recently, so yeah, definitely intrigued to buy these. So yeah guys, this has been the spring book tag by Book Break. I will make sure to leave a link in the description that goes to her video as well, so you can check it out. I'll leave the questions as well in the description below, so if you want to have a go in the comments or make a video of your own, go ahead. But obviously I don't take the credit, Book Break does. And yeah, please give this video a like and a thumbs up because I will love you forever and I really appreciate it. And of course you can comment down below, say hi, I'll say hi back. I would love to make new book friends because nothing better. And you can subscribe if you want to. I post irregularly, but you know, hopefully getting better at this, getting a bit more comfortable with BookTube, and I really want to see this flourish and see where it goes. So yeah, subscribe if you want to. And I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Love you forever. Bye guys.